I love that. That's a cool. I like that. That's a good one. Well, hello there. Hello there. My name is HW. Thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV today. I'm gonna make a controversial statement. The key to great tone, cutting the mids. People really don't like it when I slurp. Now it's become a thing. It's become a thing in the comments. Now you can't escape it. If you want the tone secrets, you got to deal with the slurp. Make that my epitaph. That's what she said. All right, dudes, today let's talk about cutting the mids, mid-range. Here's what we're going to do. I got a little mid-cut, and I want to show you what it does, because if you cut the mids correctly on your modeler, you're going to find something. When you're dealing with, the cleaner your sound that you're dealing with, like clean, edge of breakup, low gain, you cut those mids, it's going to make things cleaner, and even more American. But when you're dirty, when you're really, really dirty, like nice and dirty, I'm talking like dirtier than the former president's son's bank account. That is when you realize cutting those mids makes things just clearer, a little clearer. You know what I'm saying? That is going to be what you really kind of want to get, that a little more of that modern sound, not Fendery, but it might be a little more Mesa. You know, the mids are out in Britain. You know what I'm saying? And the lack of mids, that's a little more on this side of the pond. So let's check it out. Here's our, this is what we're going to do for mid-cut. I'm going to show you clean and then dirty, so you can kind of see what I mean. So clean, I'm going to take my mid-cut off, but here's the mid-cut that we're going to use. You can dial this in on any modeler, dudes. Any modeler. Right over here, okay? All you need is a parametric EQ. On the Kemper, I'm using the Studio EQ in the X slot. On the Tone X, just dial up settings right here. We're going to go -2 dB, frequency set to 750. You can also do this at 1,000. 750 and 1,000 are kind of the middle of guitar mid-range, depending on where you define, treble starting. Where does that high mid-range end, and where does treble start? But 750, 100, that's right in that's the middle mids. So that's where we're going to pull it down. And as we pull it down, it's going to take some of the upper and lower mids with it. Okay? So Q is going to be 0.7, 750 on the frequency, but you are free to experiment with, 750 or 1,000, however you like. It depends on how much low mids and high mids you kind of like. And you'll hear that shift a little bit if you play around with it. And then we're just going to take out 2 dB. We're not going to take out so much that we really need to adjust the level, but anytime we take away frequencies, we are reducing the level. So this is going to be okay to listen to back to back. I might even it out a little bit at some parts in post, but if you start taking away more than this, you might need to, say you take away 3 or 4 dB here, you're going to scoop out those mids, but you're pulling down so much signal that you may need to go in, and if your EQ has an overall level, you might have to boost that up an extra decibel or decibel and a half to sort of regain some of that the sound, because you're pulling out frequency, so you have less frequency, so you have less volume, right? Okay, so here we go. So here is with no mid-range cut. Here's my just normal BC CS50. This is a Bad Cat. It's a normal 12AX7 Bad Cat matchless kind of channel, but it's running into 6L6s. I chose this on purpose to do this demonstration because it already has a little bit of a mix-up of a British and an American style sound. So without the cut, it sounds like this. Beautiful, beautiful. I really dig that sound. These are just SSVs, PAF style humbuckers. As long as you got something with a PAF style thing, you're going to be very much in this range if you go along with this demonstration. And by the way, these were free in the Tone Junkie emails. If you're not signed up, sign up. Come on, what are you doing? I'm sending free stuff like all the time, bruh. Here's that cut. Cut off. Cut on. HW, did you increase the bass and treble? Because that's kind of what it sounds like. That's what your brain tells you. When you don't have the stuff in the middle, it tells you I hear high and low. I don't hear a lot there in the middle. Let's turn it back off for a second. Now let's put that mid cut back on. To me, it sounds like a little bit of bass came up, a little bit of treble came up, but really what we did was we removed the grit in the middle, and it sounds like it got a little cleaner. Take it off and listen to this overdrive. Listen to it. Here's the neck pickup, but listen to it on the middle. Here's no cut on. This is just the sort of sound by itself. Now here is with that mid cut. HW, you cleaned it up. You liar. That's what taking out a lot of the mid-range does, because mids is where you get a lot of that grumble in the amp, especially the low mids. You get that grumbly nature, but you know what? It's really not cleaner. It's just telling your ear it's cleaner. In a way, it's a bit clearer. It's a bit cleaner, clearer kind of thing. That's where it sounds like cleaner, clearer. You get this more, go back up to my neck pickup here. Without it, with no cut, it's like that's a sound, but now listen with it. It's a little more Fendery. It's a little more Fender with the present switch. Now, I'm going to jump us over here because I want to show you what it sounds like with more gain. And with more gain, we're going to do this type of thing. We're going to say, how does this sound? Now we're going to use that cut, and it's going to give us clarity. Because when you get a lot of mid-range and you get a lot of gain, you get this kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's real grumbly. Let's go back to the key of E, because I like where we were before. It's real round. It's real buzzsaw. You hear all that low mids and big mids in there. But check this out. Check out especially like something like this. There's nothing on this at all. It's just the tone, right? Just PAF style pickups. Let me put on that cut. Put those mids back in there. Take the cut out now. Listen to all that fullness. take those mids back out. Now we'll listen to that now. Just ignore that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You got all that kind of thing going on. And you really take... all those mids are in there. All the mids are out of there. It's clearer. So when you have a sound, you know, a lot of times I think of mid-range on the guitar. And look, you know, that's a time where, like, let me put on something kind of like in the middle. Let me go to like something like this. Oh heavens, what have I done? Let me get a sound that's a little like, boom. Okay, it's a little more like this. And you're kind of like, it's not real dirty, but it's not real clean, you know what I mean? I mean, it's definitely overdriven, right? But what you get is this sort of, then when you pull the mids out, you get an even more exaggerated kind of effect where those mid-range really clear things up, right? All right, cool dudes. I've been HW. Later.